Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. Okay, so today is a very special video, and it is going to be a get ready with me, as you probably saw on the thumbnail, because I just have to get ready and that's what it is. But I also want to talk to you about my thoughts about my first year on YouTube, because it has just been like, when you see this last week, I had my first anniversary because I believe I uploaded my very first video on April 29th, I think, last year, and so much has happened in that year. It is unbelievable. So we're gonna zoom in. I'm going to do a look today with the Royal Affair palette from BH Cosmetics, and it is really a rather subdued palette for me but I actually want to use especially those two shades here, and because it's like a very cold toned olive green, and this is such a dark olive green that it's almost black. So I want to use that and I want to create a kind of a smoky halo eye, and then as a halo I want to use two loose pigments from Micellar, which is a local very affordable brand. I have no idea if they're good or not, so we want to try that out, and that is going to be a silver and also a like a sparkly kind of a olive green. So that's what we're going to do, and then I'm just going to zoom in and start talking to you about my first year on YouTube. Okay my loves, we're gonna go right ahead. I did my eyebrows, and as I did also last time, because this is what the routine that I'm following right now is, that I just put foundation around my eyebrows and then I put on my eyebrows, sort of, because it makes it so much easier if you're doing your eyes first to do that, because then later when you put the rest of your foundation on, it is so much easier if you don't have to be so super careful around your eyebrows. Anyway, so that's what I did. I did prime my eyelids, and today I used I went back to my soft ochre paint pot from MAC, because that just creases much less than the other concealer I used last time. Though anyway, the other one is much better for carving out the cut crease, but it really does crease a lot. So anyway, that's not the topic for today. Alright, so I'm gonna go in first of all with that darker shade right here, and I'm just going to try like to blow it out, and I don't really know, we'll see. Okay, so let's just, this is going to be super dark, and it's probably going to look very messy for a while, so don't worry about it. Anyway, so my first year on YouTube, I don't know, you know what? This whole YouTube thing came together so fast that I actually don't even know how all of that happened. I have been watching YouTube for a while before I started my own YouTube channel. Before then, I didn't really watch a lot of YouTube. It didn't even occur to me. I don't know. I'm such a baby in a lot of ways. Like it didn't even occur to me that that is what I could do. I always complained about there is nothing good on TV anymore, but it never really occurred to me that I could pick and choose what I'm watching when I'm watching YouTube. Anyway, it was the time last year, maybe around February last year, when I got really interested in starting a makeup career, and I started watching YouTube videos about makeup application, and about, you know, all of that, and I got so interested in that, and it was super amazing for me, like a whole new world opening up. And in a lot of ways I was in a lot of personal trouble, in the sense of emotionally within me at that time, and I just needed something. I think I needed an outlet, and I needed to do something for myself after having been just a mother. Don't get me wrong, it sounds terrible, but maybe you do understand. Maybe please understand what I mean. I don't mean that in any negative way, but it's just that I have been like a how do you say that? Full blood mother? Does one say that in English? In German you would say it. I don't know. for all those years, and I have really no hobby and nothing, and I needed to find myself. It was just really the time for me to do something and to step out of this shadow of myself, if that makes any sense to anyone. So, and surprisingly, my husband was all for that. He was super supportive, and of course I could not invest a lot into this whole thing, because what if it doesn't work out? What if nobody wants to see anything I'm doing? So I remember the conversations I had with him, talking about what am I going to do about this, and we were, let me just find a different brush here. We were talking about me starting this thing, and I said, you know what, I watched tutorials about how to start a YouTube channel, and they basically said that you can just start it with your phone, and that's it, you know. So then I thought, okay, so let's do that. The only thing I did buy was a plug-in microphone, which was like maybe like a $17. It's the one that I'm using now. It's this one. It's this one. I'm still using this tiny plug-in microphone, which every time I'm turning or I'm doing like this and I'm sort of halfway covering it, it's a real problem. But anyway, it has served me for that whole year, and I guess it hasn't been that terrible. Yeah, so that's the only thing I bought, and I remembered the first times that I sat down to film, and I always felt like I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm too nervous to even speak, and I was so awkward and so clumsy, and I hated it. But on the other hand, there was also no stopping me. It was really weird, because I would think, why would I put myself out there making a fool of myself? Also, my makeup skills were really, how do you say that, rudimentary, I think, like really basic, you know. And only something like a month after I started doing YouTube, I actually started to study makeup. At the time when I started to do my YouTube channel, I actually had signed up already for my makeup artistry classes and stuff, but I hadn't started yet. So anyway, that was, if I think about it now, it's insanity, but for some reason it all came together within something like 2 weeks, which was good, because I had basically no time to change my mind and no time to back out, which was good for me, you know, to not to overthink it and to just do it. Because everybody in all those tutorials about starting YouTube channels, everybody says, you know, what's the worst thing you can happen? What's the worst thing that can happen? You just stop making videos and just drop out of the scene, you know, and nobody's gonna care, honestly. So so I thought, okay, let's just do that. And I started my channel, and my husband and my oldest son Akiva were the first ones to subscribe. And I know that I begged my family to subscribe so that I don't have like 6 subscribers or something. Oh, that was so sad, you know, because I don't think a lot of people from my family are subscribed to my channel. I know about my mom and my sister. I don't know about anyone else in my family who's watching me, so it's crazy. Anyway, but it was the weirdest thing, and I remember for about the first 20 subscribers, I gave myself a gift for every single one. I bought a blush, or I bought whatever, you know, and my husband gave me a highlighter palette for when I hit 20 subscribers, and I'll never forget this, because it was a party in our family, you know. And I also remember when I hit 200, because there were 2 of you who actually when I was like at 199, you were sitting there on I don't know, on eggshells, and it was Yehudit Clark and Sonia Sino, sorry. And when I hit 200 subscribers, you guys were messaging me because on that evening I had guests in my house, and I was, you know, being a hostess, and I didn't even have time to check, but then messages came in. Girl, you made it, hooray! And so yeah, that was actually last August when I hit 200 subscribers. And right now, as of right now when I'm filming this, I'm at 668, and that's where I stand. So I'm very, very grateful for everything that has happened. And I must say that I think a big turning point for my channel was when I got into Rapunzel, which is, if you are not here for my wrapping tutorials, this is the company for headscarves and all of these accessories that you need for that sort of, that I started to have a collaboration with, which has been such a blessing. You know, I never thought that my channel would go that way. I also never thought that I would do all these chatty videos about my faith and about how I'm living it or trying to live it or all of these things. I thought when I started my channel would just be about makeup. I don't know how naive I was, because I did not consider that it could not possibly be like a normal makeup related channel, because I don't have all these new releases and all of this here. I don't have, you know, and I don't know what I was thinking, how I could possibly pull this off to have a channel just for that, to base it just on that. So I don't know, it's really just God's grace that I got through all this, and that Rapunzel came my way, and it generated so much creativity within me that I didn't even think I had, because I really had to push myself, you know, to come up with new tutorials every week and everything, even though I must say that Rapunzel never asked me to do one per week. They always left it up to me, but I thought it would be nice to be regular, and I'm mixing up my brushes here, and do it that way. So they said, okay, if you want to do that, then do that, you know. So anyway, that was a huge blessing, because a lot of people from Rapunzel then joined my channel and subscribed to me, and I'm super, super grateful for that, because first of all, it did give me watch hours, which I really, really needed. And this looks like you don't even see that there's green, but I actually, now the second shade that I put on is that cold toned olive green that I showed you right here, this one. It doesn't really show up, I must say, but okay, let's just keep going. Anyway, so yeah, I'm very, very grateful for that, that you guys joined me here. And if you found me through Rapunzel and you're sticking with me also through my other videos, that is really lovely, and I'm so glad to have you here, really, because like I said, it did give me the watch hours that I needed, and it gave me a couple more subscribers, which is super, super important. Though when I see the watch hours that or the views, let's put it that way, that my videos get on the Rapunzel channel, and I actually don't do that, but my husband goes and checks because he's my PR manager, sort of. It's insane, you know. There I have like 900 views or even more, and on my channel I have like 150. So I always feel like, ugh, why are they not coming to me? You know, they should watch the video on my channel. It would be so helpful, because, you know, it all affects the algorithm. So if sort of YouTube feels that I am in demand, it sounds so terrible, but that's really what it boils down to, then my name or my videos will come up as suggestions for other people. And if YouTube feels like I don't get any clicks or likes or new subscribers, then it will not do that. So yeah, so that's... Am I liking this like right now? No. Oh, but that's normal. That's okay. This is the messy stage where it looks terrible, but I know that it's gonna be okay. And if it's just okay, it might not be super stunning, but even if it's just okay, it's gonna be fine. Before I work more on perfecting the blend, I'm going to take this bone color shade right here, and I'm going to just blend out the upper edge here a little bit with that. Because if you're using very dark colors, that really, really helps to just make it look a little bit more smooth. Smooth. Oh, English, I'm telling you. Anyway, that's another thing, you know, that's another aspect of my first year on YouTube, that I actually started to talk even like off camera. I started to talk like a YouTuber, and my kids actually make fun of me that I do that. And I'm way more, like I'm talking way faster, because you actually have to train yourself to be much faster in tutorials and to talk much faster, because people lose interest. If I would talk like I would normally talk, nobody would watch me. I'm telling you, it's insane. You have to really, really work on yourself, and you see it if you go back to my old videos, my first videos, that I'm much slower. It's so weird when I look at this now. Anyway, so I don't know if you know that, that you actually need 1,000 subscribers in order to, and 4,000 watch hours. That's a lot in 1 year in order to get your channel monetized. And I thought, you know, looking at other YouTubers, that I could get that faster. Because by now I have invested so much in my channel with the lighting and the camera and my whole setup here, that would be super, super helpful, you know, because it has been thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that have gone into this channel without getting anything in return, like anything monetary in return, I have to say. Anyway, so I'm very much looking forward to getting my channel monetized, and it is, if I'm quite honest, it is frustrating to me how slowly my channel is growing when I compare myself with others. But on the other hand, I really cannot compare myself with others, because there is really, as far as I know, there is nobody that is like me. That sounds so bad, but who is a religious YouTuber, who also speaks about religion, who is, I don't know, all of this. Like, if you know someone, please let me know, because I would love to find someone that I can collaborate with, you know, because all of these beauty YouTubers, they're doing collabs together and promoting each other, and I have actually approached a few smaller YouTubers, and there is nobody who's even reacting to it, you know. So that is sad, because I feel very lonely in this space, and I would really love to not be lonely. Anyway, yeah, so I have been quite frustrated about this, and my best friend always has to keep telling me, Leorah, it's okay, it will come, everything in its due time. But as I told you in my Make Up Your Month from last Sunday, I'm so very, very impatient, and it is very, very hard for me to just stick with it and be cool with it and just say, okay, I'm just going to do my thing and wait for things to happen, because I would like to do something, to help something, to make it happen, but there is really honestly nothing I can do. So anyway, the collaboration, like I said, with Rapunzel helped a lot, and I think this is a very, very good time for me to just thank you who are using my affiliate link or my affiliate code with Rapunzel, because that is really the only income I have, you know, and I don't want to push people to use it at all. That's why I'm not mentioning it in my videos, and I'm just including that picture without, you know, mentioning it, because but this is the only income that I'm having right now. Yeah, so I'm very, very grateful for that, and other than that, I'm just very, very grateful for my husband's support, because obviously I would not be able to do all of this if if he wouldn't be in total support for, of me. Like, he's all the way with me, you know, and that's really, really amazing. And I love him, and I thank him so much for this, because it would not be possible if he would not give me the freedom to say, okay, you do not need to find a job as a saleswoman somewhere, or I don't know what, because you have to actually earn money. You know, you cannot just sit here and pretend that you're a social media star. and you know, just you doing tutorials and stuff doesn't pay for anything in our family. So he is super supportive, and that is amazing that he's giving me that chance or that freedom that I can actually try this out and live my life and find something for myself. It's absolutely amazing, and I really, really thank him for that. He also made it possible for me to have a real camera, which till the beginning of this year I was still filming with my phone, and it was super difficult all the time, and my phone was lagging so badly, and it was like, seriously, it was almost breaking down from the abuse. And yeah, and he made it possible, even though we did not have the money lying around, that I could have a real YouTuber camera, which is absolutely amazing. Like, every time I turn that camera on, I just can't believe it. And my friend, my best friend, she said, I'm going to buy you a ring light so you have proper lighting. And I feel so blessed by these things coming into my life that I actually feel guilty to even like complain about anything, because really God has been watching out for me, and yeah, the growth will come. I know it will come at some point, and the right people will find me. I know that I'm not for everybody, not in my makeup taste, and not in all the other things I do, and it is what it is. We all have different preferences and likes, and it just has to be enough, you know. Sometimes it just has to be enough. That also applies to my makeup. I think I cannot blend this anymore. Unfortunately, it all looks gray to me right now, which is sort of sad, because I had high hopes for this green shade, but it does not come off at all, that shade. Okay, I think I'm going to carve out my halo, and then I'm going to be right back for the application of those loose pigments. Okay, I'm going to leave it like this as the base for my halo eye, and next thing I want to use this green, does that show up? This green loose pigment. I don't want to tip it too much so it doesn't all fall out. And I'm going to try this out. Where's my brush that I had prepared here? And see how it works. But I'm going to spray my brush definitely, because otherwise it's going to be a total mess. So let's just do that. And then I'm going to place it on the right side and on the left side of the halo. And in the middle I actually want to place the silver. So let's see, finally we're getting some green in the look. I had hoped that really the other shades from the BH Cosmetics palette would also show up a little bit more towards the green, but this really looks just like gray, which is such a shame. Okay, now in the middle of this I want to actually place the silver. So this is going to be quite a cool toned look altogether, but that was the plan, because because that's what I'm doing today. Okay, so let's see how this shows up. Okay, this is actually quite nice. Okay, good. So we actually have a highlight here in that look. I hope once the halo is blended properly that the whole look will come together. I think it will. Okay, my lovelies, I did sort of finish the look in the meantime. And I must say that it is not as bad as I thought for a while it would be. Let me just update you on what I did. Of course, you know that I applied the loose pigments on my eyelid as a halo, and for the lower lash line I actually used a black eyeliner pencil, and then I used this shade here, which is like a greenish golden shade, which is really, really nice. And as an inner corner highlight, I used this, which is like a warm taupe shade. I must say, the mattes, the two that I used, just the two that I used, were they sort of blended into each other, and they are a little bit patchy. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not 100% satisfied with the blend, and it's just that everything turned into a gray mess, and I don't like that. I was really, really hoping for these colors, you know. So that was not so good, but the shimmers are very, very nice. I really, really like it. So let me just finish up my look while I'm talking. I'm going to contour my face with the contour shade here from Il Maquillage. Where's my brush? Here. And maybe give you a few more thoughts to finish this up on my YouTube channel. Okay, so my thoughts on this. I'm incredibly thankful. I'm so thankful that I did it. I still don't know how it happened, why it happened. I just know that it did happen a year ago, and that I personally had so much growth in that year in myself, not even so much with the makeup, yes, also, but with myself, because I suddenly felt like I have to be actually that person that is in front of the camera. I cannot be one person here and another person there. So I have had such a growth spurt in my own personal life that has been so positive for me, and helped me out of this emotional turmoil that I was in, that I mentioned before. And I'm in it's such a better place now that that I'm just, this was the thing that I had to do. No matter how many subscribers, no matter if I ever make anything of this, I know that I had to do this in order to survive, is maybe taking it a little bit far, but to find my happiness again, you know. So, but I did find a lot of happiness in here in my little studio, which is really just my basement and my storage room, and it's just one corner that I've made up for myself here, and I'm so happy here. I'm telling you, this is the best time that I'm having here every single morning, if on camera or not. I love being here. I love doing my makeup. I love that I really, really started to excel in doing makeup during this last year, and that I did start my makeup career sort of with my studies and all of this. And even though I must say that most of what I'm doing now here on myself is not what I learned in my makeup academy. Most of what I'm doing here, let me just put on some blush, is what I have from other, like what I learned from watching tutorials and from just all the time practicing. So I don't know, I spend a whole lot of money on these makeup studies, and as I told you in my last video from Sunday, I'm also not done yet. I'm still probably going to be studying till it's some point midsummer, probably, till I'm really finished, or maybe, I don't know, it might even extend into fall, like September or something. It really depends how the courses fall and come together and all of this. But I think my main thing that I learned also about myself is that I have to get it done. I cannot sit here and wait for miracles necessarily, but yes, I do expect miracles, but I still have to do the work, and I have to do my part, and I feel I have to do it joyfully. And I really try to implement that and do that, because really, yes, I have moments where I am not inspired at all, and I even fear turning on the camera, but I know that's a normal thing because a lot of YouTubers talk about this. But for the most part, this is really my happiest place here, and it's already way more than a hobby. I would love to make this my career. I would love it. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but I would love to be a influencer of my kinds of people, whoever wants to see this, whoever wants to be in that place with me. You know, I would love to have that. Okay, let's put on a highlight and then we're basically done. I still have to do lips, but okay. So let's just do this is my go-to highlighter from Wow Cosmetics that I have mentioned already a couple of times. It looks like this, and I'm applying this shade right here. It's like a rosy gold, kind of a typical shade, but it's sort of a safe bet for when I need to grab something quickly. And I'm running a little bit behind schedule, so that's what it is. Okay, so that is the look. Let me just go and find something for my lips and then I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. This is the shade that I chose for my lips and I think this looks really, really cool. Let me zoom you out and show you a little bit of a bigger picture. So this is how it looks. I hope you like it. I'm okay with it. It's not the most stunning look that I've ever done, but it's okay. I did try out a new product that is a new concealer, and it's supposed to be, it's called Camouflage Matte Concealer from Essence, and in the shade, I don't know, something ivory, light ivory, and it is supposed to be, okay, waterproof and tattoo concealing, so I thought it might possibly conceal my age spots, these rings that I have here, and it doesn't. It is a good concealer, it works fine, but it does not conceal my beginning age spots, so it cannot possibly conceal tattoos. I cannot believe that. Anyway, I also tried a new mascara, which is also from Essence, and it's a Get Big Lashes Volume Boost Waterproof, and it's okay. As I told you in my last video that I'm using when I'm not wearing false lashes, I'm using this False Lash Superstar, which has that one side that builds up a little bit more lashes, and then you actually with the other side put on the mascara. It builds up the lashes way more than this one. But this also costs like 5 times as much as this one. So, and this one is waterproof, which is really, really nice because then it also does not transfer so much to the lid space. You know, sometimes when you have your lashes curled up and then it starts transferring to your lid space and you get those black dots, which is really, really annoying, and it ruins your makeup basically. So I'm trying out this one. It applies nice, it separates the lashes very nicely. It does not make a super big of a splash, like it says here, Get Big Lashes Volume Boost. It can't do miracles, you know, you have so many lashes and that's what you have. So anyway, so that's what it is. And besides that, I think I showed you everything. Besides the blush I didn't show you, that is from my Morphe Cool Pro palette, and I used this shade right here. And for my lips I chose, what did I choose? The Smashbox one. I just went according to the color. I didn't even look what it was. It's the Smashbox Foiled Brat Liquid Lipstick. A very, very stunning color, and I love it that it has this metallic look. It's really, really nice. I always have a problem of stuff, you know, bleeding out into fine lines. For now it's sitting okay, but you know, I only just put it on, so, but usually at some point it starts to look really ridiculous. All of my lipsticks stinks. All of my lipsticks. So that is really annoying, and that's, I guess, also a sign of aging. Yay. Alright, my friends. So my final thoughts, or what I really wanted to end this video with is that I'm super thankful for all of you who have been supporting me with your thoughts, with your likes, with your comments, with watching me, you know, all of this, and also with your friendship to a certain extent. You know, there are some of you who are always in my comment section, and it's like, Yetta is here, Yehudit is here, and there are a couple of other ones where I don't know your name, just your YouTube name, sort of, you know, a couple of you, and a few more. I'm so thankful to have you. I'm so thankful and glad you're watching me, and that you're actually giving me the feeling that I'm giving something to the world that you have been missing. So that is really, really nice, and I'm so glad about it. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope that this is going to continue, that this is going to grow, and that I'm going to, as I go along, more and more find my own place in the beauty community, in the YouTube world, in the influencer world, and also as a makeup artist. And I'm on a journey of growth myself in everything, in my makeup career, in my personal life, in everything, in finding my place now that I'm sort of halfway in my life. And I'm enjoying it so much. I'm enjoying it so much to be able to do this. And I also want to thank my husband again to make this all possible, and my best friend who has been such a support and a blessing for me. And yeah, so that's what it is, and I hope you enjoyed my little, you know, video about this. I don't even know how to call it. It definitely is a get ready with me, but my thoughts about my first year on YouTube. And I love you so much, and be blessed in everything, and go ahead and sparkle, and I'll see you here next time, which is, let me just quickly think, it's gonna be tomorrow for my new makeup releases videos. So see you then. I love you so much. Hugs and kisses. Bye.